is full ranger. That's just twistedly powerful. Frostbomb. Frostbomb, thank you. So full ranger is really fun. You don't have a lot of health, but it's a pretty strong build. It's a commotion battle rifle, the dispatch heavy battle rifle, the frostbomb, and the Raylan's Grace trinket. What makes battle rifles different from assault rifles is battle rifle shoots in volleys. They have 9 charges, but each charge shoots 3 bullets, so it's like 27 bullets really. So if you see the damage says 313, it's really 939, because whatever damage you see there, you multiply it by 3. That's the damage a battle rifle actually does. So if you look at the dispatch, which is at 371, it's really 3 times that. That's going to be 3. 1 carry the 2. That's just doing about 1,200. Wait, 1,123, because it's also a volley of 3. And what makes these guns work together is if you do alternating fire with them, it creates a continuous stream of fire that can basically decimate almost anything in front of you. It looks like a laser beam of death that just keeps draining things in front of you really fast. So it's really powerful. Frostbomb, they buffed it. I believe they decreased the charge time. I believe they increased the cast range. I believe they also increased the slow strength. So it's just dumb. I don't even understand why this happened, because before they buffed it, it was working 100%. It just works even better now. So yay for us. But I don't understand what was the point of them making it stronger, but they did. So yay for players. I feel bad for opponents. That's weird. You're gonna go sit right there. I don't know why it's doing that. It's very weird. Is this in mini mode? That's mini mode. That's weird. You usually can see the words. I don't know why it's doing that. Whatever, man. Volatile Reaction by Kevin McAlloy. It's a good song. Let me see, am I complete? Let's see the mods. Good mod, Overdrive. Speed Boost. Running Gun, Tactical. I can live with that. Heavy. Sadism. And Sprinter. So what happens is every time I fire the gun, I heal. So that's great for me. I can heal up to 2,700, which is really nice. Jury Rig to reload faster. Soul Siphon. And Spirit Well. So what happens is anytime the gun reloads, I get a speed boost, and that's because of this trinket. So I use that a lot. Oh, I used to play Vanglory, and back in the day they said that they were going to be working on a new project, and then Vanglory went through a lot of bumps and stuff, and then I was kind of mad at them, like, how could you leave Vanglory? And I'm like, you guys, whatever game you make, I'm never gonna play it. And then I saw the video when Cloakin first went with Surprise Birthday and Ciderhelm, and then they showed you the pre-alpha version of this game. I was like, oh my god, I gotta play it. And that's why I learned about it. And I joined the Discord server. I could probably been in the first like 400 or 500 people who joined it. So that's pretty much how I found out about it. It's just that I've always followed the company, and I mean their management of Vanglory was kind of sad to find out. I believe my oldest video is, I started in August of last year, 3rd week of August of last year, or the 3rd week of the stuff, so like near the end of August. August, September, October, November, December, January, February. So we're up to 7 months. Yeah, we're in March now. Yeah, starting in working on, I'm about 7 months or so. So in 7 months, that's what I got. And there's a new round of stuff coming out too. Torton is cool. Knock is awesome. So what's happening is they created this thing called the new shop. This had 13 items in it when I first started the game, and I am steadily working on emptying it out. It started at 13. I have 11 of the 13 items already. I only need these 2 guns. Those are the only things that are left. There's also, when you start the game, something called the Essential Shop. That's where you can find the Borson. That's where you can find the Heretic. I believe the Primal Eye. Warborn Amulet. Like, you can find a lot of these guns in there for cheap. We're working on it. Like, the group of testers I'm in is called the Secret Service, and what we do is we're testing it. I play it because I can't put money into the game and stuff like that, and I purposely don't have all my stuff at super high levels. If you look, I have loadouts that are still set up where all my guns are high. 12 is the lowest you'll see on the guns, but every time I buy new weapons, they start off low. The only reason certain things are at 13 is because I play them a lot. And my technique is, you play them, you try to get their, if you look at their stats, so I need to get to 1200 before I can get the next level. I get it within under 300 of that XP, then I use the dust, which is a currency to help you boost your level. I use the dust to push it from there. So that's how I play. I play stuff through grinding, and I try to leave things at low level so I don't have everything as a superior level when I'm playing, because every time they do a patch or they do a release, I'm trying to check to see if I just started off and I had really low level gear, how the hell would I play against people who've been playing for 7 months? And a lot of the guys who've been playing for 7 months or so, their theory is this game should be perfect right now, and they want to have fun and kill people, and they want more, This should be just the way WoW Rift is, but WoW Rift is based off a 13-year-old game, which has a complete layout and characters that they're just pulling in and just redesigning for mobile. And they keep acting like a game built from scratch is going to behave the exact same way as a game with 13 years of information to pull from, or 13 years of what do you call it, of data and stuff to pull from and build from. Like, Leagues of Legends has a full loadout of how their shop is done, how rewards are done, how everything is done. And they keep acting like, oh, everybody knows about WoW Rift, everybody knows about WoW Rift. Do you know when they started advertising Leagues of Legends and not even WoW Rift? They started advertising League of Legends about 4 years ago, heavily on what do you call it, on YouTube, because I'm on YouTube a lot. So that's why what Leagues of Legends is actually in people's heads, and they keep acting like a game that's built from scratch is going to basically have the exact same built-in thing. Riot's been at it for 13 freaking years, guys, and you're acting, and this game is like no other game that I've played. Everybody's like, oh, it's just like Brawl Stars. Hell no, I've played Brawl Stars. I hate Brawl Stars. I do not like playing Brawl Stars. When I played this game, I played it for 13 hours straight the first day I got it. Couldn't sleep. Brawl Stars never happened that way. So when they say it's like Brawl Stars, just because both games have twin sticks, they don't make the games similar, or they don't make the games the same. And that's just simplifying stuff just for the sake of you not wanting to try to think and figure out like what the game is. I'll tell you what it really plays like. If you've ever played a first-person shooter, it's a first-person shooter put in a 3/4 isometric view from the top view. That's how this game plays. It plays like a first-person shooter. That's what it feels like to me. That's the only games that come close to have the same feel that Catalyst Black has. because you sure as hell not Brawl Stars. Brawl Stars feels nothing like this, and I played it. Fortnite don't feel like this. Like, I played Fortnite too. Don't feel like this. I've played PUBG. Don't feel like that. So that's just my point. But the idea of what we're trying to do is we're looking for errors. We're looking for bugs. When I find, like, I played chain guns from 0.2 when chain guns sucked, where the chain gun used to only have 32 bullets and the heavy chain gun only had 14 bullets. People said that those guns were unplayable. I figured out a way to play it to the point where people would play it and they're like, oh my god, those things are impossible to beat. I'm like, maybe if you're playing them, they're impossible to beat, but most people can't play them. I used to be able to tell people tips on how to get the gun to spin up faster. I could tell you what to do to make the gun work the way it should work so you could at least have some success with it. But most people said it used to be horrible. And I figured out how to play it in 0.2. Same thing with this gun. The Lost Dreamer, I say it's my #1 gun, my favorite gun. That's why out of all my rifles, it's the only one that's level 20. Why? Because it's a slow shooting gun that used to have like 32 bullets. But what I've realized is, instead of like shooting the gun one by one and saving bullets, I used to shoot the gun in an infinite stream. Just kept it on firing and just let the gun keep firing. And I used to use it like a fire hose. I would just aim it at people and people would start dying. People would be like, what gun are you using? I'm like, Lost Dreamer. And then people would try it like, this gun sucks. I'm like, no, it doesn't. It's like, do you see the range on that thing? You know how much damage it does? It's fantastic. So when they went in 0.3 and slightly gave it a speed boost, the gun was like perfect. I was like, I love this thing. It's the best gun in the game. And my logic is it's because of its health, it's because of its range, and it's because of its damage. That's why I like it. And it also was a primalist weapon. That's why I loved it. It reduced my cooldown. My whole idea of the game was get primal as fast as possible. I used to run the map, getting primal, and then go do stuff. That's how I used to play. So that's the cool setup for that. Like, I've been playing and I've been trying to figure out guns, and I can tell you how they play. So when I play chain gun right now, 0.7 chain guns were trash. Super bad. They're better now than 0.7, but they're not as good as they were in 0.6. The problem with them in this version right now is there's a banner that they're part of. It's called Vanguard banner. By 0.3, 0.4, they had Vanguard to the point where Vanguard could almost be invincible if you had a buff for killing 10 characters in a row, or it's called a pentakill. For every time you kill 5 characters super quick, you get a buff. In 0.3, 0.4, when you would have pentabuff and you had your chain gun and you had triple Vanguard or better, you were invincible. You literally could not be killed. It was too strong. They fixed it. They got it perfect at 0.6, where if 4 guys were just running directly at me and I was running double chain gun, whether I started hitting you with my primary or my heavy, I would cut those 4 guys down faster you can say boo. The gun was at only level 9, level 11. It wasn't even at high levels. I could cut you down. The issue was, if those 4 guys, same 4 guys, came from my left, my right, the back, or 4 different directions, I could not do the cut down as fast as I could if they all were just charging at me. That was the benefit of it. You run at me and you close range, my bullets hit you faster, I do more damage, and I'm healing while I'm doing it. It was a fantastic build. Used to be so strong that if I was fully spun up in Isia, one of the primal gods had this power called Deep Freeze. She creates a cloud of ice that if you're in it, it's doing crazy amounts of damage to you. If I was spun up and I had a lot of bullets and I started hitting her while she was shooting that at me, I would not die in Deep Freeze if I was running triple Vanguard at least. After it was over, I was out of bullets. She hits me, I'm dead, but I could survive the Deep Freeze. Now, 0.8, they fixed the chain guns. They're good again. I can't fight 2 people head on. 3 people, death sentence. 4 people, death sentence. 5 people, death sentence. If you are fighting people who are decently skilled, decent what do you call it, equipment have more than 3 health bars, and they all come at you at the same time, and not running at you one at a time to let you eat them up, they will kill you. You can, if 2 people focus you hard on a chain gun, you're dead. It's just the way it is. My issue is they increased the health by 100%. So like they doubled your health. So you went from 500 to 1,000. They have a bunch of these traits in Vanguard that are supposed to regenerate your health based on how, if you hit something. The rate that it's regenerating health is so low, you can't really do anything. You can't survive. You don't do enough damage to kill the people in front of you. You don't do enough regeneration to get your health back up so as they're hitting you that you don't die. That's the issue with it. So what I'm doing when I play is I can tell people be like, oh, it's fine, but I'm like, but it really isn't. If I could play them when they really were bad, and I'm telling you I could control it and do something with it, and I've been playing for a long time and I know how to use them. I used to use them to stop one of the better players in the game when he was using this gun called the Miser that was like unstoppable, but I could stop him, shut him down with chain guns. I can't do that anymore. I can't stop him. I can't stop anybody with them. I mean, I did a 4v1, but the way the 4v1 had to work was I had to kill the first guy, roll to the next guy, kill him, roll out of the way, catch the third guy, roll again, catch the fourth. That's not what chain guns are for, man. That's not how they're supposed to work. Chain guns and miniguns ain't supposed to work like that. If they're all in front of me, I should be able to catch them. If you're closing your distance to me, I should be able to blow you away. Because my bullets are even traveling a shorter distance and I'm hitting you super hard. But that's not what happens in this game. I've watched people run up to me and they can kill me. They need more damage. That's the fact. And then they also need to get the health stacking back to the way it was. It has to be numbers that make sense based on the fact that they increase the health. So like that's the issue. Like all those guys who left are complaining, oh, this sucks, Wild Rift is better. The issue is what we're supposed to be doing is trying to figure out what's wrong with the game and give feedback and help these guys make the game better so when it releases, it's gonna be solid. Like I have a video I'm about to release that I explain how they should rebuild the whole shop, because the shop that exists here is horrible. I have one that I have ideas to me that they should create a persistent or a stationary shop that has every item in the game available to be bought, but at a 20% markup. The prices that you see here is what they actually cost with no markups or anything, and they rotate into here. And then the stuff that you see here is a 20% discount when they're brand spanking new. The reason I tell you create a persistent shop that has all of the items in it, then people can actually save towards what they want to buy and they can buy them. Where the way it works right now, you're at the luck of the draw, and then it takes me months to see these weapons again. It takes months. The Ring of the Veil, I think I've seen it. I've been playing for 7 months. This rotating shop came in at 0.4. So it's been here for about 5 months, 6 months. I've seen Ring of the Veil, I think 4 times. Maybe 3. 3, maybe 4 times maximum. I can't buy it any other way but here. I've only seen it 3 times. And you'll notice I have no way of buying it like the other 3 times that I've seen it. So how is this useful to me? Even if I wanted it, I can't get it because when I do see it, I've never had money enough to buy it. So how does this work? So that's its major problem. The other problem is you have 6 slots for a loadout. At times you see this random mod pack that's holding one of the slots. Sometimes all 4 of these are random mod packs. On average, it's usually 2 of these are at least random mod packs. But I get sometimes they're 3 or sometimes all 4 of them are. How is this useful to me? This rotating shop sucks. And it takes 24 hours to reload. every time. So it's kind of pointless. So my theory is, why not create a shop with the loadout, 6 slots for all the items in the loadout? A mask, a relic, freaking power, a trinket, a heavy, a primary, an ability. There's a slot for each one of them, and randomize that. And then, so something always shows up that you don't own, and then you have the price in quints, and you have the price in marks. Just like this shop, in quints and in marks. Super easy. That means every day you have a greater chance of actually getting stuff that you need or you might want to get. So that's one part of the section of the shop that you should do. The next part is create a whole new section for mods, and create it, instead of me just always getting rare, create a place where I can buy for less shards. I can get uncommon mods, rare mods, epic mods, and I can get them uncommon plus, uncommon plus plus, rare plus, rare plus plus. It just costs more. And then they should create a special feature. If I want to get a specific mod for a specific item, it just costs a certain amount more to do. If they did that, that'd be freaking fantastic. And then the last part is you create a whole section for currency, where this deal would be here, where that would be here, and you could actually buy shards, and you could also buy dust. And then this way, and all of those could only be bought for real money, which is what those blue ones in the back are, marks. That's it. It'd be a perfect shop. And then you have your perpetual shop, where you can buy anything and everything you want for either marks, or you can buy them for quints, which are always cheaper. That's it. This way the game would work. It'd work out for everybody. Everybody would get something, everybody can enjoy it, and it wouldn't be as annoying as it is right now. Because I have to tell you, it's super annoying the way it is right now. It's